a great matchup tonight in high school boys lacrosse, a Northwest Suburban Conference game between the Champlin Park Rebels and the Maple Grove Crimson. Hello and welcome to Maple Grove Senior High. John Jacobson along with Dan Ficken. And Dan, terrific matchup. Two of the best teams not only in this conference, but in the whole state matched up here on a late April evening.
Well, we got last year's defending conference champions in the Champlin Park Rebels, and we got a pretty good team here in Maple Grove Crimson. Over the past 4 years, they've built quite a tradition of very strong lacrosse and looking to have a very strong team right now with a 4-0 start, have gotten through the guts of the conference. They beat Blaine pretty doggone good, who's a very good team. This will be the crucible game for both teams tonight.
Champlin Park comes in 3-0 on the season. They've been in the state tournament the last 2 seasons. Maple Grove denied last year. They were, of course, in a tough section. Wayzata was a team that represented their section last year at state, and the Trojans went on to finish 3rd at state, and they've got another good team this year. But you're right, Maple Grove played very well against some quality opponents so far, and they're putting a lot of balls in the net.
Oh, they have, their offense is just kicking butt. They're averaging 15 goals a game. They've got the flow going. Now, what's nice about it, though, it isn't just one kid like they've had. It's spread out throughout their whole team. Their attacks and their midfielders have all started blended and playing well together, and they're a young team, and it's exciting. You know, Coach Wilson told us he's happy to see these young kids starting to pick it up now and understand it, so they're really starting to get some firepower going.
Champlin Park had to certainly replace some talent from the state tournament team from a year ago. Although they're 3-0, probably the underdog here tonight. What do they need to do to win?
Well, first of all, they got 17 seniors. They're a little bit bigger and a little bit stronger. Defensively, they've been playing very well, so they might be the team that defensively can put a stop to this Maple Grove offensive juggernaut. So they'll get physical with them, and they'll slow the game down. As soon as they get possession, they won't let Maple Grove have it. They'll be very patient and take their time. They'll be low-scoring game. If it's a low-scoring game, Champlin Park will love it, and that's where they possibly could win it.
Well, and Champlin Park did beat them rather soundly, Maple Grove, a year ago. So Rebels do have that going for them and hoping to continue that streak tonight against the Crimson on Maple Grove's home turf. We'll take a timeout and come back with the start of this one. Should be a great one. Champlin Park, Maple Grove, boys lacrosse, next on 12 Sports.
You watch Channel 12 at home. Why not on the go? Channel 12 is online at 12.tv. Watch on your phone, on your tablet. Channel 12 is your local source wherever you go. Just log on to 12.tv. Check out our videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and even watch live events via live stream. So don't wait. Stay up to date with Channel 12 and 12.tv, your local source.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. You know, but it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, you know, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
John Jacobson, Dan Ficken back at Maple Grove High School. And a pair of unbeaten teams, the Rebels and the Crimson. They get ready to get down to business tonight. No common opponents as far as the teams these two have beaten, Dan. Champlin Park with wins over Irondale, Elk River, and Osseo Park Center. And for the Crimson with 4 wins on the season, coming over Anoka, Centennial, Coon Rapids, and Blaine. And at least 14 goals scored in each of those 4 victories for the Crimson.
And the difference between the two schedules is that Maple Grove's was much stronger. 3 out of 4 of those games were against pretty good lacrosse teams, really. And no offense, but Champlin Park started out 3-0 against some weaker teams.
Look at our coaches. Sean Clemetsrud is in his first year as head coach, 5th year in the program. His first year as the head coach of the Rebels. He could retire right now, Dan. He'd be unbeaten as a varsity head coach.
Guess he would. My gosh.
Champlin Park in the navy. Maple Grove in white as we get ready and start play. And Maple Grove with first possession. Face-off won by Tom Walden.
Really key here. Possessions are going to be important. Both teams are on the losing side of ground balls, John, believe it or not, even with their records. And that usually is an indicator of winning or losing. Ground ball is an important statistic here in lacrosse, so it should be interesting.
Crimson just getting established, working the perimeter. Wolden missed on the pass, too high for Matt Savanich. Out of play.
Three-man pressure there by the Rebels came up on the top midfielder and just went after him right away and caused that missed pass. And again, change of possession now. We'll watch to see what the Rebels do as we talk. Their strategy is once they have possession, keep it. Don't let the Crimson have the ball.
Mason Schmidt with first pass, getting it to Gage Munson. Lost it, ball on the ground and picked up by the Rebels. Nate Cullen, and then lost in the Rebels. Move the ball upfield and picked up by Dylan Dressel. Left side being hacked out there pretty good by Jake Wilson. Short pass to Munson. And work it a little deeper. And now the Rebels will set up really first time in the possession. Tyler Smith handling it now.
Okay, setting up at a standard 2-3-1 with the next man behind the net. We'll see how they possess now. They won't be pushing unless they got an open person to give the ball to.
Smith drew the attention of the defense, works it back out. It's the pass to Schmidt. Schmidt working in hard, gets bumped, fired it high, out of play still with Champlin Park.
Not a bad shot opportunity, John. He got in tight and made a nice move.
Let's look at Gig Wilson, head coach at Maple Grove, now in his 7th year, head coach of the Crimson program. You mentioned Dan really built a strong program here. Still looking for their first state tournament appearance.
Unfortunately, they're stuck in the toughest section in the state. But one of these years, he's confident they're going to bust through one of these years.
Shot away, and the save made by Frank Gates off the shot from Tyler Smith. So the first shot and the first save there as you look at the Gates. Just a sophomore in goal tonight for the Crimson.
Frank Gates, Coach Wilson told me, is a high-tempo elite athlete, especially in the sport of Taekwondo. And playing goalie in lacrosse is a new situation where he has to understand that if you have a 60% save rate, you're a pretty good goaltender, and it's taken time for him to figure that out. But he's tending to get his mental attitude better on that. He's used to winning so much. Occasionally, you got to figure out sometimes you aren't as a goalie.
Jake Wilson holding. Now the Crimson will get into their offense. Working his way in and shooting just wide of the net. After taking the pass from Wilson was Tom Wolden. You look at TJ Johnson, senior goalie for Champlin Park.
He's having a nice year so far. He's got a tremendously nice .659 save percentage, John, which is really, really good in lacrosse.
Pass out front. Jack Kelly. Shot away, and Johnson gets a save. Picked up by Schmidt of Champlin Park. And now Schmidt will run it up the right side for the Rebels. Just over 3.5 minutes played here in the first quarter. No score. Schmidt bouncing off those would-be checks there. Keeps possession. Now shovels a short pass off to Nick Bundy. Behind the net, Danny Faulds. Faulds running out front. It's the pass. Shot bounced high by Mario Barigi. Look at the play at the other end and the save by Johnson. Got down low.
Forcing the Crimson to take that shot from the outside is where they want him to take it. They're going to deny in the middle as much as they can. And good job defensively by Champlin.
Bundy shoveling the ball into the net. Can't do so. It's wide and it's over to Maple Grove. Change of possession here.
Well, the Rebels are surprising me, John. They're being very aggressive about going to the net. I thought they'd take their time and possess more, but so far their defense has really been good. So they've probably been able to take those shots and not worry too much about possession. That will change, though.
Jonathan Horton across to Josh Favorite. Crimson on the perimeter. Kelly to Wolden, and he'll Put it back out. Rework things from out high. This is Wilson with it. Wilson shadowed by Trent Molnau. Moving in, taking some bumps from Molnau, still with the ball. Getting closer, takes another hit, gets the pass back out to Wolden. And that's Johnson.
This 3-3 zone's doing the job, though, John. They're not getting inside much. You're having to take shots outside. There's always going to be a double team coming as soon as you reach a certain amount of distance from the Rebels.
Last shot missed in here. It's
there
Savanic with it. Put it out front. Ball drop, picked up again on the side, and they'll regroup. Max Johnson, a little short pass to Hunter House. Takes a bump. House comes out front. Save made by T.J. Johnson. Scramble for the ball, and the Rebels come out with it. Barigi pushed up the right side and pushed down.
I think he stepped out. Yep.
Yeah, he stepped out. So possession will be to Maple Grove. Signal ready for play again as Jake Wilson will start things out. Wilson, Kelly back behind the net. Savanic passing it left side. Wolden to Wilson. Wilson turns, deflects it off one of the Rebels players, and goes wide of the net. Hunter House closest to it. We'll start out the possession for the Crimson. Whistle. And then we get a timeout here taken by Maple Grove. 5:48 left in the first quarter. And no score between the Rebels and the Crimson.
Maple Grove's trying to set up some one-on-one scenarios up top with Wilson and the other midfielder, and or coming off the side with Hunter House, etc. And they're getting double-teamed every time. So I think that timeout's about changing that strategy and how they're going to attack that zone that's being thrown at them. It's been pretty effective right now, and T.J. Johnson's shown himself to be a pretty good goalie too. He's got 3 nice saves so far, John.
Very nice evening, Dan, for Lacrosse. We've been kind of hit and miss. Overall, not a bad spring compared to the last couple of years, but tonight, one of the better ones we've had so far to play.
It's beautiful. I remember sitting up here one night and you couldn't see the field for the snow coming down. Boy, oh boy. Yeah, that's the weird thing. I was talking to Coach Wilson about Lacrosse here compared to out east and even on the West Coast, where these kids here, they got to play 2 or 3 games a week in a very short and intense schedule, and every game really counts compared to out east. Now they've been playing for over a month and a half, and they've been able to spread games out and stuff like that. So it's interesting how the Minnesota kids adapt here, and we're putting more and more into the Division I ranks. There's quite a few out there. That last number I heard is 53 are playing Division I lacrosse now in college.
Well, just in general, spring sports is just so compressed. You get started mid-April with your games or your matches or whatever meets, whatever your sport is, and third week in May, you're talking about playoffs already or postseason and sections and state tournaments after that. Out of the timeout, Maple Grove again with the possession.
All right, let's see if the Crimson have changed how they're going to attack this zone.
Wolden with it, cross to Wilson. Wilson sneaks inside a defender, didn't take the shot though, instead passes left side, they'll reset. Wolden spinning, put it to the side of the net. And it's over to Champlin Park.
Ooh.
Kelly unable to come up with it, and it's Rebels possession.
We've had just about 7 minutes gone in this first quarter, and I never would have thought there'd be no score at this point.
Nice run up the middle. Tyler Smith squeezing between 2 Crimson defenders, and he'll set it up for Rebels. Hands off the pass to Schmidt. Schmidt taking some good physical play there from Theo Palkert. Missed in the shot back behind the net, and a misplay by the Rebels gives the Crimson possession again.
Yeah, Mason Schmidt from Champlin is kind of holding his head going, doggone it, I wish I hadn't have done that.
Far side, and some trouble was McNellis. Scramble back behind the net and picked up by the Rebels. Justin Linderholm with it. So Maple Grove turns it over in its own end. And Schmidt. Give it to Gage Munson. Munson moving in. Shot wide of the net. Still Rebels possession.
Well, both teams are not shy about shooting the ball, boy. We've seen that quite a bit. Champlin Park really hasn't hit the net that much. They haven't really challenged Frank Gates, the Maple Grove goalie. I think it's been one save. And there you go.
Munson rips a shot home, and Champlin Park is on the board.
And
Justin Linderholm the pass, and Munson has been an outstanding player in this program. Scores the first goal of the night here.
Nice pass out front here, too. Came out tight, up high, coming through and screened. I'm not sure that Gates saw him coming around, but when he finally got around, that shot was on its way and just hit the lower left-hand corner beautifully and beat him clean. And the Rebels come in here into Crimson's home turf and take a 1-0 lead here. And so far, John, this is looking like a low-scoring game with the time and the amount of goals scored. So this is what Champlin Park wants to do. They're playing right into their strategy and how they're going to win tonight.
For Munson, his second goal of the season. And possession won by Maple Grove. Savanich back behind the net for Kelly. Now it's Walden. Walden back behind the net. Long pass out. And then finally picked up. And the ground ball by Hunter House across to Wilson. Wilson moves in a little tighter, spins, turns, and shot stopped. I believe it was actually by the defender, Praske, who got to it before it got to T.J. Johnson, who's trying to trap the ball now and does. Now Johnson quickly outletting the pass. The Rebels will move it downfield. Ball now. It's left side in the hands of Linderholm. And he'll give it back out to Smith. Schmidt will move in. Mason Schmidt with a shot and a goal. Ooh, that's a nice one, Dan.
Second leading scorer in the Rebels here, picks up his 8th goal of the season. Just a nice little effort coming around left side. Makes a little move right here, goes left, and Gates might have been screened again on this one too coming through. That was a long distance shot. Went by about 3. Crimson there getting into the net, but nice shot, well placed. And the Rebels shockingly taking a 2-0 lead. I guess I shouldn't say shockingly, John. They've been a good team for 3 or 4 years. But they definitely got the Crimson on their heels right now.
2 goals a minute, 23 apart for the Rebels. Put them in front. Scramble, ball. And give it to the Rebels. Mark Pachalski giving up left side on the pass to Danny Faulds. Faulds turning back away from Jonathan Horton. And the pass comes back out high to Brady Sturm. Here comes Sturm in tight. Sturm with a shot and a goal. And it's 3-0 Champlin Park. The junior midfielder putting it away.
Just a really nice play going is right. Just a simple move. Got himself a little opening, allowed him to wind up. And before the the long stick Maple Grove defender could get to him, he let it go and beats Gage low again on the left side. 3rd one, low left side. Maybe they've been scouting and knowing something that the other teams in the conference haven't.
Brody Sturm's 5th goal of the season. 3-0 Champlin Park.
Champlin taking advantage of their opportunities as they get offensive time. Then, frankly, we thought they'd hold it. They're not. They're going right after Maple Grove in the offensive zone and being very accurate with their shots. And have forged a 3-0 lead here.
Barigi gives it up on the pass to Folds. Folds picks it back up. Linderholm back out it comes. Dimitri Berkier high with the shot. Perhaps was trying to go behind the net with the pass. Gates able to intercept and control it. And then back downfield comes Maple Grove. And they'll stop and set up. Jack Dugan with it. To Palkert.
Second set in here for the Maple Grove Crimson offensively, midfielders.
Kelly back out, gets the pass to Carter Lysing. Now race for the ball. Dugan trying to possess it for Crimson and Cannon. It's over to Champlin Park.
Boy, bad turnover, and at the rate it's going, they really got to stop turning the ball over to Champlin Park because they're getting taken advantage of big time here.
Mason Schmidt bouncing off contact. Nice play in the middle by the midi. I think it was McNellis. Kind of stick in and gets the Crimson possession.
Got numbers.
Shot away and fired wide of T.J. Johnson in the Rebels' net. 45 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Now Maple Grove looking to get on the board here before the end of the quarter. Cullen with it. Moving in, Cullen lost the ball. Rebels, physical as you mentioned, Dan, that they would be. They've been aggressive on both ends of the field.
Brock Bukowski, my gosh, just witheringly ugly there. Did a nice job breaking it up. That Rebel defense is just working it tonight.
Johnson with the save. As the quarter comes to an end, what an effort by Champlin Park in this first quarter as they really control play against a good Maple Grove squad, and it's 3-0. Champlin Park after one. We'll take a break, come back, second quarter of play in our high school boys lacrosse game up next on 12 Sports.
My new mom and I have a lot in common.
The great outside.
We both love the outdoors.
It's so shiny.
That's not a flower. We both love geology.
Oh, look. An igneous one.
That's not a rock. And she knows a lot about wildlife.
A labradoodle.
That's not a dog. Hanging out has been kind of fun.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
Two unbeaten teams, Champlin Park and Maple Grove, and it's the Rebels with the better of play so far. In our boys lacrosse game tonight, the Rebels up on the Crimson 3-0 as we get set Dan Fickett for the second quarter.
Well, Coach Gig Wilson said their secret over the past 3 games has been to fire up early and get a big score right off the bat and get the other team down, and Champlin Park just did that to them this last quarter. So we'll see how they recover and deal with this type of situation.
That's Savanich. Off to Jack Kelly, back out front. Gig Wilson. Max Johnson, and then the Hunter House. We'll get everybody involved here. It's Savanich back again. Look toward the middle, then turns away. Right on him and defensively is Connor Praske. Side of the net, it's House. He's in tight. House trying to release the shot. All knocked free. TJ Johnson trying to cover it for the Rebels in goal and comes up with it.
Wow.
That's some skill there.
Really,
he was
that
having guys whacking at his stick and able to possess the ball.
He's just playing with a lot of confidence, John. It's like, he's challenging them. You ain't going to beat me, and I'm going to beat you in every phase of the game so far, and he's done a tremendous job.
Missed on that pass. Scramble for it, and still no one with possession. Finally, the Crimson come up with it. Favorite. Will set up now.
There it is.
Oh. Put it out in front. Johnson, another save. Boy, Johnson's been strong so far.
Boy, anticipated that real well and just got that basket in the face of the Crimson shooter. It was a good setup. And Johnson just shut him down.
Now down come the Rebels trying to build on this lead. Pass in front, a shot away and a goal.
Oh.
Nick Bundy scoring. Brock Pachalski got knocked down. He saw the flag come out, but then releasing the pass. Bundy, the senior attack, puts it away, and it's 4-0. Look at it again.
Puchalski just on the defensive end playing tremendous. All of a sudden gets offensive, just beasts his way through the Crimson lineup. He got hit 3 or 4 times, and as he's going down, throws a bounce pass over to the side, and they bury it and get a penalty too, or cause a penalty. But we were talking about the physicality that Champlin had to bring this game, and they are certainly doing that, John, and it's making a difference. They're just establishing territory, position, and creating, a beautiful fast break situation there. And it's, the Crimson are really back on their heels right now and looking kind of bewildered. The other part of this too, John, as I've been watching, the Crimson winning most of the face-offs here, and usually a team that's winning the face-offs is putting the ball in the net, and that has not been the case here. The defense for Champlin Park's been so strong, they've just taken that out of play. They took the goal away.
So goal taken away, so it is still 3-0. We do have Maple Grove a man down now.
Well, if you look at that replay again, we might find Puchalski fell into the crease, which would make that goal disallowed, because he would have been in the crease before that shot went off.
Here's a shot away and a big save by Gates. Picked back up by Munson out front. Shot away. That didn't get all the way through off of Tyler Smith's try. Look at that. Turns out to be a non-goal here.
He wasn't in the crease. I don't know why they take that goal away, but okay.
Shot from in front. They score. Only make up for it here. And get a goal.
No goal. They call a crease violation.
Ooh. Nick Bundy had put it in, it looked like.
Let's see if he's in the crease here. Yeah, he was in the crease as he came down. You see him fall right there. The elbow was in the crease. But he was pushed from behind. Which means Maple Grove is going to have a minute penalty for pushing behind with possession to number 38.
That's Mac McNellis that goes off. So 2 disallowed goals here in the last minute. Rebels still with possession. Shot away and fired wide. Went off the soccer goal post and ricocheted back out. And Maple Grove will get possession here. Well, the ball lost and it popped out. Good defensive play by Munson as he put a body on Jake Knutson, who lost it, and it's back over to the Rebels. Crimson still a man down here. Shot away. He's got a piece of that. Taken by Bundy. Pass in front, in tight. Trying to shove it in the net and unable to do so was Linderholm. And Gates ends up with it. So for now, Dan, the Crimson have weathered this storm here in the opening 3 minutes of the second quarter. Still trailing 3-0, but it certainly could be worse.
Well, Burns, I think, Gates has had a real nice opportunity here. He made some saves here. I think that's going to help his confidence here because he got burned pretty good in the first quarter. And he made 2 good saves there. That'll help him. So maybe he can shut down this Crimson attack, or this Rebel attack, and for the rest of this quarter, and we'll see what happens.
Crimson turned it over, though. Maple Grove with possession again. Quick short passes. Rebels coaches asking them to kind of move it out and reset. And we get a timeout here for Champlin Park.
Settle them down right now. They looked real anxious that they wanted to come right back and attack, and I think they just weren't listening to what was going on. You call a timeout, get a chance to settle them down.
Well, it's been all Champlin Park here in the first almost 16 minutes of play tonight.
Well, in this quarter, John, I think the pace actually has gone up a little bit, a lot more frenetic. And in talking to both coaches before the game, they both expected this to be a very intense game. Big rivalry, especially after last year's, situation where both in the running for the conference, and Champlin really took them apart. So that intensity has definitely come to the forefront here in the second quarter.
Champlin Park has one more match scheduled for this week. They'll host Tutino Grace on Wednesday. Maple Grove has a away game on Wednesday. They'll be at Irondale. And then that's it for each team until next Monday. As you look at the schedule, I mentioned a moment ago, Elk River coming up next Monday for the Crimson, and the Rebels will be taking on Spring Lake Park on the road next Monday. All right, Champlin Park out of its timeout here. Brody Sturm, who had a goal in the first quarter. Look at him, number 9. And Sturm will take this pass. And trying to get the Rebels going. Makes a charge toward the net, gets knocked down by Wilson. Still able to get back up and possess the ball again.
Boy, it's a nice thing about playing on turf, too. That ball bounces so true.
Turning out in front, shot away and a goal. That's a nice move and a pretty goal for Champlin Park's Justin Linderholm. Excuse me, 21, not 11. That's Danny Folds, the senior attack with the goal.
Really nice move coming off from behind here. Boy, the defense was fooled on that play. Nobody was off on that side to cut him off. Gave him just a nice avenue to bring it back to his right side, and he just really rips it. Watch everything he gets into it on that shot. And Gates just, again, screened. A lot of Crimson in front of him. And finally, Champlin Park's rewarded for a lot of hard work after 2 goals being disallowed here.
Danny Folds with his first goal of the season. And he makes it 4-0. Now Maple Grove finally getting on the board. The first opportunity for them in this quarter really is Tom Wolden scores. And it's 4-1. Wolden, his 9th of the season.
Taken right from the face-off. Won another one, just beat his man. Came right down the guts. Nobody slid over to really stop him. He got in tight and beat T.J. Johnson. And they're finally on the board. That might be a confidence booster, I'll tell you what, because it's been all Champlin Park.
So Wolden scoring 12 seconds after the Rebels' goal by Folds. And Wolden with it again. And had it taken away. Contested for, and Crimson with it.
Really important for the Crimson here to possess. Really work the ball around. Get into their offense, their set offense, and start making that work. They haven't been successful with it. They really need to make it work now. They've got a goal on the board. This game's still very close. And, bad pass into the middle. Oh, my gosh.
And picked off by Brock Pachalski. Is it back behind for his goalie, T.J. Johnson. He'll start out the Rebels' attack. Dylan Dressel makes a whack, still with it. Gressel getting it ahead to Bundy. Bundy with the pass. Munson with it. And now to Schmidt. Schmidt back to Smith. And back to Schmidt again. Mason Schmidt comes in. Fakes the pass, shot away. Save made by Gates as we get a whistle.
Interference, it looks like. 42 for the Crimson. Jonathan Horton. That'll be a minute penalty. So Champlin with the man up for a minute here.
Linderholm to Munson. And work it around. Smith in, or Schmidt in rather. Back over, still Champlin Park with it. Back behind the net comes Linderholm. Munson. Smith looked back to Munson and gives it up to Schmidt.
And now both teams are even. Penalty is over. Good job by the Crimson. That 2-3 zone man down did a nice job. Didn't let anything inside. Just a long shot that was easily handled.
Munson can't get through the Crimson defenders. Now gets a shot away and a good save by Gates. Gates will release the pass. Was bobbled and turned back over to Champlin Park. Some errors tonight offensively for Maple Grove with their possessions, trying to get things going, and Champlin Park, credit their defense. They've got a man there a lot contesting those passes, but a couple just misses for Maple Grove on their side of it. Will be in, comes Schmidt with it, still with it, didn't shoot it, gave the pass up instead.
Well, the thing about this quarter, John, is that they're going to start wearing down that Maple Grove defense. I mean, they've had possession for how long?
And a goal for Tyler Smith.
Wow. Got that in about 5 feet farther than what they were normally shooting, and just found the inside right side there. Good move here. Comes back to his right. Really forces some space there with his body. He kept his arm in place, dropped his shoulder into the chest, and just let it go. And it beat Gates there on the right-hand side.
Tyler Smith, his 6th goal of the season. Justin Linderholm the assist, and it's 5-1 Rebels.
You know what, John, I'm looking at this Champlin lineup, and I'm seeing all these seniors here, and these seniors seem to be the guys putting the ball in the net and making the key plays. And really, that senior leadership's really showing up here for the Rebels.
Finally possessed now by Maple Grove after that scrum near midfield. Winterhouse back out to Wilson. Jake Wilson holding. Walden has got the lone goal tonight for the Crimson. Savanich back behind the net. Turns away from Charles Pollard, who's defending him there. Now it's out high to Walden. Fakes a shot, moves in. Shot away. TJ Johnson the save.
The biggest difference between the two offenses, Champlin's moving their legs and they're in motion all the time. Crimson are just standing there, just standing still. Everybody waiting for somebody else to make a move.
Brody Sturm inside of 3.5 minutes to play in the first half. Turning away from pressure, missed on the pass to Molnau. Race for it, and taken by Maple Grove. Left side comes out to midfield. Wilson. Wilson, nice little move inside. Curls back left. Cross to Wolden. Tom Wolden back out high. Shot away by Wilson. And that's blocked. Well defended by Josh Turgeon. Turgeon is the Crimson with it. Pollard returned it to Johnson. And out come the Rebels now. Prasky. Left side. Collision there. Both players go down. Play goes on.
Stepped out of bounds. Another turnover by the Crimson.
Timeout. Champlin Park comes with 2:12 to play in the first half.
Well, see, the turnovers are really making a difference in this game, John. And the team that's possessing better is usually ahead, and that beat Champlin. They've played tight defense, taking advantage of their offensive opportunities. And the difference, I said, in the offensive zone, their attacks and middies are moving around. They're not all standing still depending on one guy. If you look at the other side, the Crimson, pretty much one guy's trying to do it, and the rest are just standing still watching them. They've got to get some motion, especially coming, not north and south, but east and west. Cut through the middle of that 3-3 defense and try to get them out of position and then bring it back. But they're not going to do it if they're standing still. You know, they can work perimeter, and hopefully somebody will beat somebody. But, you know, being down by difference 4 goals right now, they've got to get some things in motion in the offensive zone. See some of the fans here at Maple Grove, Champlin. It is a really nice night.
That's beautiful,
I'll
isn't
tell
it?
you, man. Wish we had a retractable roof here in the press box, huh?
It's a busy week of us for Channel 12. First of 5 productions we got this week. 4 more next week. It's going to cram a lot in just a few weeks, Dan, when we get these nice days until the playoffs start.
Well, you're
in 3 weeks.
Baseball and softball and lacrosse. What am I missing there?
No, that's it for our truck productions, yeah.
Yeah. But when you look at all the schools we're trying to cover and try to get everybody on the air, yeah, it makes for a hectic schedule. But a lot of fun for these kids to see themselves on TV, I'll tell you that.
Gage Munson starting out the possession for the Rebels, who can do at least maintain, if not add to their lead before halftime, up by 4. Now under 2 minutes to play. Schmidt to Smith. Tyler Smith moves in and curls back out, giving it to Schmidt. Schmidt fighting off the defender, gets a shot away and scores. Wow.
One of the Gage brothers back, or Gate brothers back. Look at this move. Just bowls his way in there, keeping his shoulder down, and then brings it up on the back shoulder right there. Gates is like, what? The ball's on its way in. Wow, what a play.
Theo Pelkert played it about as well defensively as he could, and then a little behind the head shot for a goal.
That's a Gary Gate move. Oh my gosh. Mason Schmidt, what a show. Nice shot, young man. That was just ultimate talent. Wow.
His second of the night to make it 6-1. Rebels trying to build a little something here before halftime. Max Johnson with it.
You think it's kind of important right now for the Crimson to get a goal here, John, before halftime?
Jake Wilson. Back behind the net to Savanic. From Kelly back to Savanic. Dressel there defensively on him, shadowing him all the way. Now Savanic will start back out. Coming to the left side and then back to Wilson. We're inside a minute to play in the half. Wilson starts to move, gets the pass back out. Shot away. Johnson got a piece of it in front. Another shot. That's blocked. And the Rebels with it. Johnson able to get it away on the pass ahead to Barigi. So Max Johnson stopped offensively for the Crimson. Now the Rebels with another chance perhaps to score. Inside of 20 seconds. They'll have to hurry. Munson gets towards the net, a shot and a goal.
Gift City, Gage Munson, just a beautiful left-right move coming back, just a simple dodge. Reverse dodge coming through, and then he reverses hands nicely and goes to his left side and brings it back right.
Munson's second tonight. And it's 7-1, Champlin Park.
Yeah, I'm really just enjoying the skill level that the Rebels are bringing here. That they're just, and it's again, John, the seniors are stepping up to the plate here and just saying, you know, despite who we've played, we still are one of the elite in the conference.
Wolden with it, trying to get a final shot off, trying to get it to Savanich, and there goes the whistle, and there is the half. Boy, Champlin Park, despite 2 goals disallowed early in the quarter, they come back and dominate play again in the second and have controlled action throughout the first 24 minutes.
Kind of a surprise. I thought it'd be a closer game if it was, and or maybe Grove taking a big lead with that offensive juggernaut that they've been averaging 15 goals a game. And boy, what a turnaround. Tremendous defense by the Champlin Park Rebels. And when they got the opportunities, their skill offensively showed. And they've just dominated this first half.
7-1, Champlin Park leading Maple Grove at halftime. We'll come back with more of our Northwest Suburban Conference boys lacrosse game from Maple Grove High School after this timeout.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
Mom, can we get some ice cream? Please, Mom, please.
No, we're having dinner soon.
Please.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of children in foster care who will take you just as you are.
Halftime at Maple Grove, Champlin Park. Leading the Crimson by a score of 7-1. Highlights from first half of play. For some working goal for the goalies, Frank Gates on the Crimson end. And the Champlin Park end, P.J. Johnson has had a number of big stops tonight for the Rebels. And the scoring came for Champlin Park. Gage Munson getting them on the board. And the second goal, and a nice low shot by Mason Schmidt. And then 34 seconds after that goal, Brody Sturm with a shot in the goal. 3 goals inside of 2 minutes. Put the Rebels up 3-0 after 1. Maple Grove got on the board in the second, trailing 4-0. The goal from Tom Wolden. Then check out the goal from Schmidt. Works his way in behind the head, beating Gates and the Crimson. That was one of 4 Rebels' second quarter goals, and they're up 7-1 on Maple Grove here at halftime. We'll take a break, come back, second half of play coming up next on 12 Sports.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised. Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
Champlin Park up on Maple Grove 7-1 as we get set for the start of the third quarter. John Jacobson, Dan Ficken with you at Maple Grove tonight. Boy, Dan, it's a long climb uphill for the Crimson and against a very good defensive team.
They have played well in defense, but what I love about lacrosse, John, is a lot of times leads like this, like they're big, and they can be cut down really fast if you possess, win some face-offs, and make your shots count and get them in goal. And but the difference here is that Champlin has just played stout defense, and their goalie, TJ Johnson, has just been a rock. So this is a big hill for the Crimson to climb right now. We'll see what adjustments Coach Wilson has made for the Crimson here to beat this 3-3 zone that Champlin's throwing at him. See if they can break it.
Parisi and Walden. We get the third quarter started here. Face-off won by Parisi in Champlin Park. Oh, you're really whacking at him. Knocked the ball loose, gets it back again. Parisi, side of the net. Now we'll give it up on the pass to Linderholm. Linderholm to Munson. Munson off to Schmidt. Schmidt back to Munson.
Oh.
Munson coming in, trying a lot of traffic. And gathered up by Linderholm, who brings it back out and gives it up to Schmidt. Tyler Smith. To Schmidt, back out high. Smith coming in, bouncing a shot, goes over the net. Rebels with control.
Oh.
Pass went off the back of the net or off the crossbar. Loose. Whistle will be Rebels possession.
Push from behind without possession down low. It looked like there's a lot of pushing and shoving going on. The Rebels come out with ball possession on this. They continue their offensive attack here.
Schmidt to Smith. Schmidt's pass too high for Bundy.
Boy, we haven't seen Champlin Park do many of those, John, but that could be a big turnover for the Crimson here.
Now, Crimson need to take advantage and be able to score, which they have not been able to do tonight, other than the one goal they got off the face-off win by Walden in the second quarter. Favorite knocked down. Turrison, we get whistled for that.
And he's going to sit for a minute here. I think it was a slash or a trip. Yeah, trip. So the Crimson get a break here, get to be a man up for a minute here. Now they got to get this pressed in tight now. Don't take the outside shot. Try to get it inside or as close as you possibly can before you let a shot go.
Savanich.
There it is.
Wilson got it in tight. Back out it comes to Wilson. Savanich dropped it, got it back to Wilson. House got it out high and then it came to Walden, to Wilson. Shot away. TJ Johnson the save. Man possessed by Pacholski of Champlin Park, and lost it. And Crimson get it back. Pass across House to Wilson and over to Max Johnson. From the shot and the score. Walden with his second of the night. Maple Grove on the board here in the second half.
Set up very nice, John. I thought they were real patient on that run. Just Walden got a lot of room in there. And one thing you learn in lacrosse is don't let a guy get wound up. Get on him as quickly as you can. But again, you're a man down. Walden got an opportunity and really wound it up and just lasered it low high up into the upper part of the net and beat TJ Johnson. And it's the first time we've seen Johnson get beat clean, John, tonight. So taking advantage of the man up opportunity to get themselves on the board. First team to score in the first second half.
And Walden gets possession for Maple Grove. Let's see if they can build on that last goal here.
You know, Walden's been their best player so far, John. He's won a ton of faceoffs. He's got both goals. A couple of good shots off of him. I think you feed him a little bit if you can.
Crimson holding out high.
There it is.
Pass to the side, trying to get it to House. Knocked free, picked up by Walden. Walden faking the pass, now gives it up on the short pass instead. And they come back out front. In comes Wilson. Gets past the defender, the shot going wide, comes back out front. Dugan gets knocked down. Wilson's shot, and there we get the whistle and infraction on Champlin Park, and so Maple Grove will be man up again.
Push from behind with possession, 1 minute penalty. And again, the Crimson get a man up situation here, John. They're making their own momentum. We'll see if they can stay patient and then create a shot. Maybe trying to set up Walden here on the other side this time, but take advantage. They can narrow this down to a 4-goal lead if they can make this count.
Savanich to Max Johnson. Wilson back across. Savanich side of the net, shot away, that time by House. Wide. Possession will stay with Maple Grove. Jack Kelly with it. Kelly taking the pass from Wilson. Wilson out front. Savanich shot away and a goal.
Oh, yeah. Now, for the first time in this game, the Crimson are moving their feet. There was a lot of good rotation. They came on the left side, moved it around a couple times, and then bang, came back outside. You'll see here, they're over on the left. Now watch the pass over to the right and just wound up shot. Savanich really got a good opportunity again. About the same spot that Walden scored from.
Savanich with his 12th of the season.
Well, they found the weakness with Champlin. Get him thrown in the penalty box, for heaven's sakes, and take a man-up situation. They have, but here's a mistake. Illegal procedure by the Crimson, automatic give over to Champlin.
We'll see how the Rebels respond following 2 straight goals from Maple Grove. Munson moved in, then works his ball back out. Bundy. Shadowed there by McNellis. Sturm with it. And across to Molnau. Molnau still with it. On the pass side of the net. And a big save made by Gates. Making away with a very good scoring opportunity from Nick Bundy. Big save for Frank Gates tonight.
That was the best save of the night for him. Oh my gosh. That was huge.
Kelly to Savanich. Crimson feeling this momentum now. House behind the net. Gives up the pass right out in front. Kelly. Oh, he didn't lose the ball. I don't know if he ever got a shot away.
But it was right in the middle there. I mean, here the Crimson are moving their feet now, John. They're trying to get some openings in that Champlin defense, and they're starting to get some. Right there.
Right in front, a shot and a goal. Jack Dugan. That's 7-4.
Let's take a look at Gates' save here on this play, coming around the shot all by himself. And just a kick save and release a big save there now, folks. Remember that. And now nice movement here. Walden coming around. Look at that. Beautiful pass. And just a nice rip shot high-low. And, 3-goal difference now. Crimson's barking on the door. The offense is woken up. A lot of it because they're just moving their feet and opening up that Rebel defense and getting some good opportunities for just big wind-up shots.
Tom Walden getting the assist. Yeah, the one you talked about Walden, how he's been a steady player tonight. And one stat that Coach Wilson told us about, one coming into tonight, 25 out of 36 face-off wins for him.
Yeah, he stepped up to the plate tonight too with that. Now that they saw the Crimson defense, those face-off wins are going to be ultra important now.
Comes Wilson, side of the net to Kelly, he scores! Jack Kelly, and it's 7-5.
Well, we were talking to Coach Wilson before the game, and he said, you know, for the first time, we don't have stars here. We've got a bunch of kids that can put the ball in the net, and they're very unselfish. You see now, we've got 4 different players scoring, and it's a whole new ball game. All of a sudden, the Crimson got the momentum going, and Champlin is on their heels. 2-goal deficit.
Rebels take time out with 5:35 to go in the third quarter. Saw Jack Kelly in the hockey season. He's a tremendous hockey player, isn't he, for a sophomore? Great defenseman.
Stalwart on that defense. And, you know, he stepped up right off the bat in the season, etc. And here he is, you know, playing attack. I bet he's having a little fun being an offensive player versus a defensive player here. And made a nice move and buried a ball from him. The sport tends to adapt well for hockey players, and they enjoy playing it. I know a lot of them that have converted to playing lacrosse. So there's a good coach right there. You can tell the adjustments he's made now, and getting them back in the game here, not letting them, you know, mope a little bit because they're down, just saying we got a full half to play. Let's go. And he talked a little bit about that, and he says his experience in the Pacific Northwest when they got trounced by a team from Washington really was good for these kids. They learned how to play from behind. And the second game they played against a third-rated team in Washington, they were within 1 goal. So they got a little surprised here, but they're fighting back. They aren't giving up. So they're playing like the Crimson team we thought we would see.
The Rebels really needing a possession if they can get one. And control this for a time, Dan, and hopefully for them, end it with a goal. Almost lost right at midfield by Munson, but able to corral it before it went out.
All right, now it's time to settle down, go back to what you were doing before.
Good aggressive defense on Munson, trying to take it away, and a good defensive effort by Palkert forced that turnover, and it's back over to Maple Grove. He stayed right on Munson. Look at it again.
He was just working him, and he got that stick right on the hands. Watch him get him on the hands here. And then got his body into him with a stick and made the turnover. All right, golden opportunity for the Crimson here. They can get within 1 goal, get into their offensive set. We'll see if they keep their rotation moving here.
Inside of 5 minutes to go in the third. It's been all Crimson here in the second half. Lysing with it, gives it up on the short pass to Wilson. Wilson moves in. House almost lost it. Hangs onto it and back out high to Carter Lysing. Savanich to Lysing, fakes the shot, pass off to Wilson. Crimson now being patient. Savanich to Kelly.
Champlin staying in that zone here, just really challenging them, trying to Make them keep working it. Again, the Crimson have slowed down a little bit now. They need to get the rotation going and feet moving again.
Walden to Savanich. Missed Lysing with the pass, and it's over to Champlin Park. So Champlin Park keeps the defense in tight post, not allowing really any shooting lanes there for Crimson, who, with an unforced turnover, give it up.
They needed to stop too, John. They've been scoring on the last 3 times Maple Grove came down that they needed to stop desperately, and they got it.
Mason Schmidt with a good effort to get it into the offensive zone here for Champlin Park, get the Rebels an opportunity. Danny Folds, who's got a goal tonight already, with it here on the right side. Folds giving it up to Munson. Munson moving in, a shot away and a goal. A few minutes ago, Nick Bundy stopped on a similar play with noise. Nobody on Bundy's side there. He was able to walk in a few yards and bury this one.
There, that slide came across, and that was Bundy's guy. And number 41 should have slid over to take over, and he did, and he got stuck going the wrong way. And that was just a motion situation, doubling up on the side. And Maple Grove not sliding correctly and leaving Gates all by himself with Bundy bearing down on him, and Bundy put it away.
A big goal for the Rebels to make it 8-5, stopping that 4-goal run for the Crimson, and now the Rebels get it back. For Nick Bundy, his 7th goal of the season.
Yeah, first mistake I've seen out of TJ Johnson. They just kind of throwing the ball up in the air and hoping one of his guys would get to it. And that's just like giving the ball to the Crimson here.
House will go back behind the net to Savanich. Gives it up to Jack Kelly.
Yeah, Crimson really haven't done much from behind the net. Neither team actually is. They've worked the wings and they've worked up top to the midfielders, but they haven't worked their X underneath behind the net. I wonder what would happen if they made that switch with this zone playing the way it is, coming in from behind.
Bolden being whacked at and defended by Pacholski pretty good there. Kelly behind the net. Quick pass missed, but Crimson keep possession. Bolden off for Wilson, spins inside. Backhand shot going wide, and they'll stay with the Crimson. Kelly will put it back into play.
Not a good shot there, John. Got a little impatient.
Minute 40 now to go in the 3rd quarter. Tom Walden. Throws it down in the corner, 1:20 to go. Walden trying to work against Pacholski. Turns in front, shot away. Ball on the ground. Rebels have it. Coming out of there with a lot of contact was Tyler Smith. And now Smith on the move for Champlin Park. Smith gets the pass.
There it
return
is.
pass to Smith on a goal. What a play. Smith to Bundy, back to Smith. And it's 9-5 Rebels.
Smith and Bundy counting, knew they had numbers on the fast break here. Tremendous transition. Oh my gosh, and then hit Linderholm coming down the guts. Oh my gosh, Gates had no prayer. What a beautiful play, and all of a sudden the Crimson have possession here with the last minute of play, and Champlin turning it around, scoring the next 2 goals after a string of 4 by the Crimson, taking control of this game again. Wow, what a play. Man, oh man, that's fun to watch, folks.
All set up by the run by Tyler Smith, who worked his way out of all that traffic in front. Here's Maple Grove, and TJ Johnson comes up with a big save. I was starting to say Tyler Smith really making that play, Dan. Got it all the way downfield. Got the quick pass to Bundy, who then gave it right to Justin Linderholm, and Linderholm able to score. Whistle here with 23 seconds left in the third quarter.
Maple Grove timeout. Good move. Possession here. We got 23.6 seconds left in the quarter. Set up a play here. Try to get themselves back to within 3. Well, this has been a good half, Johnny. It's gone back and forth like I thought it would in the beginning here. And both teams showing their skills and all that good stuff.
A goal by Linderholm at 54 seconds left in the quarter. It was his 7th of the season. The Champlin Park coming back late in the quarter. They get 2 goals here to move up by 4. They led by 6 at halftime at 7-1.
Yeah, both teams have faced adversity here. They really haven't wilted. Both teams have fought back. Maple Grove, especially after being down as much as they were, bringing it back, but then the Crimson responding. And you expect it of the defending champion of the conference here, and they've really shown themselves so far. So this will be an interesting fourth quarter. And right there at number 5, Frank Gates, he's got to be the man in the fourth quarter. He's got to come up with some saves here. He's been hung out to dry a number of times, especially on the right wing as Champlin's come in, but he really needs to make some key saves.
And there's a look at Gates. Well, the timeout by Maple Grove. See what they design here with 23 seconds to go.
You know, being a goalie is just a different mentality, isn't it? My gosh. You're either the goat or the hero. All right, we'll see what the Crimson come up with here now with 22 seconds left.
There's Wilson. Got 15 seconds now.
Oh, they're going to bring it in from behind here. Yep, they're setting up Jake Wilson.
Wilson looked back to give the pass up. Now we're down to 5 seconds to go.
Somebody better let it go.
Kelly coming in. They don't even get a shot away. Wow. Well defended by Champlin Park. Not so well executed by Maple Grove. And it means the end of the quarter. 9-5. Champlin Park up on Maple Grove. We'll take a break, come back. The fourth quarter. Northwest Suburban Boys Lacrosse next on 12 Sports.
You watch Channel 12 at home. Why not on the go? Channel 12 is online at 12.tv. Watch on your phone, on your tablet. Channel 12 is your local source wherever you go. Just log on to 12.tv. Check out our videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and even watch live events via live stream. So don't wait. Stay up to date with Channel 12 and 12.tv, your local source.
Champlin Park 9, Maple Grove 5. Start of the fourth quarter. John Jacobson, Dan Ficken. 1 quarter to go. Crimson outscoring the Rebels 4-2 in that third. But still trailed by 4 here with 12 minutes to play.
Well, Crimson got a big mountain to climb. They've got to sit there and get possessions and then make sure they score some goals. But their defense has got to tighten up, get some stops for them.
Mario Barishi wins the face-off, gets possession for the Crimson, or for the Rebels. H. Munson possessing now. Munson drawing some attention, still with it. Takes a little bump there from Craig Urquhart. Ball lost, and on the ground, picked back up again by Champlin Park. There's Mason Schmidt.
Boy, Hunter Hauser for the Crimson got a little too much body. Should have got a stick involved there to pick it up and had a golden opportunity to take possession here away from Champlin.
There's Linderholm, who had that last goal in the third quarter. Munson with it, turning. Champlin Park can afford to run some clock here, Dan. Be very patient with the lead that they have. Bundy to Schmidt and back out high to Smith.
Well, that's what you generally find with a team of seniors, John. They generally tend to play smart and know what they're supposed to be doing by this time. And certainly what you said is absolutely true. You can just see it. They're just not in any hurry right now.
Schmidt missed high and out of play.
Whoa, Mason Schmidt, I'll tell you what, lower the shoulder and say, how do you do, ma'am, and just took the defender down. Wow.
Now Linderholm passing out front. Gets the pass to Bundy. Back out Schmidt going low, fired it wide. Still Rebels possession. Faulds getting the pass to Munson. And Dan, as you look at the clock, they've already taken 2 minutes off the clock here in the fourth. And a shot away, and Gates comes up with a nice save.
Yes, he does.
On Tyler Smith, and a big one to help Maple Grove stay in this game.
Well, we talked about that. That was key. And he stepped up nice. They finally created an opening for a decent shot in tight.
Pass missed off of the stick. A favorite and out, a turnover for Maple Grove.
And that might have got caught in the lights here, and he lost it. It's kind of a lofted pass there. But big mistake here. They get a great save out of their goalie, and all of a sudden they just turn the ball right back over again. Well, Champlin, if they're smart, is going to run another 2 minutes off the clock here.
Sturm will give it up to Trent Moll now. Back to Sturm. Sturm taking the
nice
whack and a nice defensive play and takeaway by Jack Dugan. Here, excuse me, that was McNellis, 38 with the takeaway. He got a pass across. And now Maple Grove will set up offensively. Favorite will give the pass to House. And Savanich. Toss to Kelly, 8:24 to play here in the fourth. Crimson trailing 9-5.
Well, now you want, if you're the Crimson, you want to make these first, the first couple opportunities to get offensively count. At least get you back in the ball game, get your momentum going again. And oh my gosh, Savanich with another turnover. Oh boy.
And lost its balance there and lost possession. It's over to Champlin Park. TJ Johnson did some big saves in the first half. Zings a pass here, picked off by Dugan of Maple Grove.
Boy, I have no idea where TJ Johnson was throwing that ball.
And then that pass missed Savanich. It was right back to Champlin Park.
Gosh. Okay.
Rebels get the pass. Munson took it from Dressel.
Oh my.
Munson still with possession.
Beautiful job breaking that triple team that came in on him. My gosh, he just busted it right down the guts.
Faulds working left and back to his right. Out of Bundy.
You can see how aggressive Maple Grove's defense is now. They're coming out and starting to challenge. They're not letting Champlin sit on the perimeter because they can't afford to right now and let him possess. And that's what happens when you get more aggressive.
Schmidt able to pick it up, though, after Smith had lost it. Schmidt in front. Munson trying to free himself. And Gates comes up with another big save.
Another dandy by Frank Gates. Good job giving his team a chance.
That was a good scoring chance for Munson, and Gates comes up big.
A lot of times it's not how many saves you have, it's when you make saves.
Nearing the midway point of the fourth quarter. Still a 4-goal game. Wilson trying to make it 3, missed. wide, and T.J. Johnson comes up with the ball.
Okay, good smart pass by T.J. Johnson, the outside to his D, and now they're getting into a midfielder. Maybe their best midfielder.
Here comes Mason Schmidt. Schmidt trying to get the pass free to Molnau, couldn't do so, and out come the Crimson with it. Favorite. Pass ahead to Sam Johnson, who took a hit. They keep possession, shot away. T.J. Johnson, he made the saver. That one was off the post.
He altered the shot enough so it went off the post. He got lucky that time.
Johnson taking the pass from Molnau, who was in traffic. And ahead to Pollard and lost it, gets it back. Pollard being whacked at by House.
And there's going to be a slashing penalty on the Crimson here. As soon as the ball gets down, or Maple Grove touches it.
Pachalski got it off in front, and there you get another.
He's in the crease.
The whistle. That's Parigi in the crease. And now Champlin Park will be man up. With 5:05 to go here in the fourth quarter. And possibly the game. Unless Crimson are able to make a rally. Still down 4, but time running out on them.
Well, the heads are starting to sink down a little bit for the Crimson here. There's still plenty of time to get themselves back in this game. Hunter House is in for slashing. So Champlin gets a minute with a man up. We'll see what they can do with it. The Crimson have scored 2 already.
Schmidt to Smith. Faldson back behind the net to Linderholm. All these guys have scored at least 1 goal tonight. Out high to Smith. Thought about the shot. Give it back up to Schmidt. Side of the net, and Gates comes up with another stop. Munson couldn't pick it up, and taken instead. Oh, we're going to get
hold on the
whistle
Crimson.
On the Crimson, and so it stays with the Rebels, and it's Linderholm with it. Munson.
You can hear the coaches on the channel bench saying, everybody gets a touch, everybody gets a touch. Man up or not, we're still killing clock here. Clock is the Crimson's enemy and Rebels' friends, and they're really working it, John, doing a nice job.
Left side, Molnau back out, Schmidt. Turning, firing. They're going wide with it was Bundy. Still Rebel possession.
Equal strength now. Penalty's over with. I'm not sure the Rebels are really concerned.
Shot away, that's blocked.
Wow.
Another possession for the Rebels as Munson took it.
You know, we talked a lot about ground balls, John, about how both teams are on the wrong end of those for so far this season. But I'll tell you what, Champlin Park has really dominated those ground balls in this game so far. I think that's made a lot of difference, too.
Schmidt going in, bounces a shot in for a goal, and it's 10-5. The first scoring here in the fourth quarter, and that might have put this one away.
Might have been the Verudega. Watch Schmidt here, bounces it, which is a tough save to make anyway. Frank Gates was on it, just not quite quick enough. We saw it a couple weeks ago or a week ago with the OPC Armstrong game, a couple beautiful bounce shots by the Armstrong Falcons. And we see it here tonight too, and Mason Schmidt's got himself a hat trick. And yes, we do have hat tricks in lacrosse.
Third goal tonight is 10th of the season, team high for the Rebels. We're 3 minutes and 20 seconds away. We're going to 4-0 on the season. And he folds back behind the net.
You know, Falls has got 1 goal tonight, but I'll tell you what, John, look at this possession. He is just not keeping his feet still at all, and he's just making that long stick work his brains out back there. And he just will not give up the ball.
Folds to Sturm. Stern comes to the side of the net, gets the pass off, shot, and a good save by Gates.
Very good
Able
save
to stop
by Gates.
Danny Faulds in close.
Yeah, did a nice job there.
McNellis across with the pass to Favorite. Kelly's out of the net, gives up the pass to McNellis. McNellis having some trouble picking it up. Had it whacked away, and back comes Faulds with it for Champlin Park. And a timeout taken by Champlin Park with 2:20 plus to go here in the fourth quarter. And the Rebels on their way to an impressive win on the road here.
Absolutely. We were talking to the Champlin coach earlier. He wasn't quite sure what he had, compared to the teams he's played and, knowing the Crimson, how they've played this year so far. And, boy, I'll tell you what, these kids were prepared. They were intense, and they're really doing their job. And he said he had a lot of good athletes last year. This year, they got to play more systems. And they had worked on this new defense, this 3-3, and he said they're finally starting to get it. Well, I'll tell you what, it got tested tonight by the best offense in the Northwest Suburban Conference, and it stood out. It has been the difference in this game tonight so far.
Yeah, for Maple Grove, it's just a matter of that they just don't have enough time left to be able to score 5 times. You don't have possession of the ball even right now.
Well, they don't, and Champlin is not the type that's going to blow it that way. We've seen already in the fourth quarter where they know when they have the ball, run clock. You don't have to score anymore. Just a very smart group, and Maple Grove's young, and Coach Wilson told us that too, and they were starting to come around, but they got pressured, they got physical, and frankly, outplayed. About the only thing they won was the faceoffs, and Champlin's defense made that irrelevant.
Well, you mentioned all the senior leadership and this veteran group that Champlin Park has this year, and it is showed up tonight in a big way, and their toughest opponent of the season, and they have handled things well.
Yeah. Smart, physical, know how to play the game.
Schmidt worked his way out of trouble there, getting away from Wilson.
This young man is quite a player right here, folks. I'll tell you what, look at that. Just possession of the ball. You ain't taking it away from me. And some of the goals he scored. Oh, my gosh.
Faulds to Munson. Munson going back behind the Crimson net. Gage Munson flips the pass across for down to 1:45 to go. Then he Faulds with it.
Well, the Rebels have to keep inside those black lines. They're in the box. They can't let it out, otherwise they give up possession. But, geez, Danny Faulds, oh, my gosh. He just doesn't let you take the ball away from him. Man, oh, man, the human glue stick. And finally he gets cross-checked down from behind. And I kind of can't blame the Crimson defender. That has to be frustrating. He's done a tremendous job tonight, John, even though he's got one goal. His possession skills have been tremendous for the Rebels.
1:30 to go. Rebels man up here.
The only question is, will they take a shot? I don't think they will. I think they'll just run off 1:30.
Not sure what the delay is here. Yeah, but now we're ready to go. Munson will start with possession back behind the Crimson net.
Just keep it behind. Keep it behind. Need to move our feet. Gotta move the feet, Gage.
Munson, you can hear the coaching staff again instructing Munson what to do. Goalie is out. As you can see, Gates is out. Gates trying to knock it away.
You got to get rid of it when that double team comes, and there you go.
Now it's Bundy. Nick Bundy taking some Pushes from behind the net by Jake Knudsen.
And the double team's about to come again, but not quick enough.
Out of 45 seconds to go. This is almost as impressive as anything the Rebels have done, just keeping possession this last 3 minutes and not giving Maple Grove even a sniff of the ball, despite taking a lot of contacts and a lot of hits.
Folks, you are seeing textbook lacrosse here. Textbook lacrosse, the way the game should be played. The Rebels have done it all night, and they've worked from their defense out, taken advantage of the opportunities offensively that were given to them, and have done a tremendous job and played like the defending champions that they are. Just a tremendous, dominating victory by the Rebels here. We got a few more games to get through with Blaine and Centennial and a few of the other ones, but I'll tell you what, they look to be the front runner right now. Wow.
And fitting that it should end with Mason Schmidt with it. He had a tremendous game tonight. Rebels celebrate around goalie T.J. Johnson, who played strong. Just a terrific team effort, Dan. There's a lot of the guys that played well tonight.
Absolutely. And Mason Schmidt got 3 goals, but they spread that scoring around to a lot of different guys too. And but what really struck me is that unrelenting defense. Even when Crimson were on that run, they still held firm, and they finally got a couple stops and stopped that momentum. A good championship team stopped the momentum of the other team, and just a tremendous game. Really fun to watch. The game plan was executed according to the way they wanted to, and they really just stopped the Crimson cold.
And for Maple Grove, what do they do to come back from this one? Getting outplayed tonight by a very good Champlin Park team.
You just, you got the rest of the season, and you hope somebody puts a loss in the column for Champlin Park. Well, in fact, it's going to have to be 2 now because, head-to-head, they've lost. But, this doesn't say anything, bad about the Crimson. They're young, and Coach Wilson knew it, and he thought they were coming together, but they met a veteran senior club now. Now they've learned from that. If they can run the table right now, they still have an outside shot. Because Champlin Park, really, this first test they've had, they got to play Blaine yet, they got to play Centennial, they got to play Anoka yet. So there could be some losses in there.
Rebels get the win here tonight, though. It's a big one. They go to 4-0 on the season. We'll take a break, come back with our post game in a moment, and watching high school boys lacrosse on 12 Sports.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
Champlin Park stays unbeaten in boys lacrosse. They beat Maple Grove tonight by a score of 10-5. Back at Maple Grove High School, John Jacobson joined by Mason Schmidt and T.J. Johnson. And Mason, 3 goals for you tonight. Impressive team effort. I thought all of you played well tonight. Talk about what was the key to victory against a good Crimson team here.
Thanks a lot there, John. We played as a team and got the W, put it behind us, and we're on to the next game, TG Wednesday.
Maple Grove had averaged about 15 goals coming in. What defensively did you need to do to try to slow them down? What was kind of the game plan against them?
As a team, we played a great defense. I wasn't on the field much back there, but they did their job and they held them, and just looking forward to the next one.
How much confidence does this give you guys beating a team as good as Maple Grove?
It does give you a quick little burst of confidence there, but they're a young team and we're an older team. We're just ready to play the next one.
It got close there for a while, 7-5 at one point in the third quarter. What did you guys talk about during that timeout, and you kind of regrouped and went on from there?
Well, lacrosse has always been a game of runs. We'll get on a run, they'll get on a run. We'll go rip a couple shots, and some will hit the back of the net, some won't. But we got the W, and I'm happy with that.
For your team, what needs to improve for you to get better as a team before section play?
All around, we got when we get down a couple goals, even when we're not down, we seem to lose a little composure, but we're keeping our composure lately and doing pretty good.
Mason, congratulations. Enjoy this one.
Yeah, thanks a lot, John.
T.J. Johnson, you had some big stops for your team, and tell me about playing Maple Grove, an aggressive and a good offensive team. Your defense did a good job, but what's it like facing them?
Yeah, thanks, John. I knew coming in that they were going to be a great team. I prepared myself mentally. The defense prepared themselves mentally, and we were ready to go when we stepped on the field. We knew they were going to be taking shots, and I just had to be ready at all times to see anything.
Your team's a good physical team. How much does that help, being able to bump guys off where they maybe want to be offensively?
It's a great help. When you slide, you got to slide the body, take guys out so that they can't get near the net and take shots that I can't save. And being a physical team, my defense did that, and it really helped me make the stops that I needed to make.
When you're watching your team work offensively, man, I thought possession was great by these guys, and how much fun is that to watch the offense really work and play well tonight against Maple Grove?
Even more than it just being fun, it's a great break for the defense. When you're on defense for 2-3 minutes at a time, they get a couple shots off, and then the offense goes down, does their job, possesses the ball. It gives you a break, and it gives you time to regroup and get ready for the next defensive phase. 4-0
so far. What's been the most impressive part to you about the way your team played?
We're just gritty. We get down. We try not to get down, but if we do, we come back, we fight back. We were down against OPC in the first quarter. We came back, tried not to let it go. They got on a run tonight. We came right back. We don't get down on ourselves. We keep pushing through.
How big is this win?
It's a big win for us. It's confidence, but like Mason said, we got to be on to the next one. It's time to prepare for TG on Wednesday.
Good luck against the Eagles on Wednesday night.
Thanks, John.
TJ Johnson, along with Mason Schmidt, two of the members of Champlin Park's Rebels lacrosse team tonight. Very impressive with this win, defeating Maple Grove. The first loss of the season for the Crimson. They dropped to 4-1, and the Rebels improved to 4-0 on the season. That'll do it for our telecast today. For Dan Ficken and all of our crew, I'm John Jacobson. Thanks for watching tonight on Channel 12.